TalkinRonpa. Welcome back, TalkinRonpa. Before we get started today, there are some congratulations in order to RJ Waters and Blindcat. So congratulations.
For surviving this far?
I didn't tell you the big news. This is the first episode of TalkinRonpa that we've recorded since I started uploading these to YouTube. And we made the AV Club Top 100 new podcast this week.
Oh. I don't know what that is.
It's a lie.
Oh.
I haven't started uploading these at all. Today, we're talking about the end of Chapter 4. So if you haven't played Danganronpa V3 up to the end of Chapter 4...
Don't watch this.
It goes without saying if you haven't played Danganronpa 1 and 2.
Yeah, also don't watch this.
Some congratulations are also in order to Blindcat for correctly predicting the culprit this time.
I don't want those congratulations. I don't want to be right.
RJ, idiot.
Yeah, there was one big thing about my predictions that I just couldn't figure out was how Gunta could have done all of that accidentally.
Oh, because you thought it had to have been an accident.
I couldn't see Gunta actually killing anybody.
No matter how Kokichi tried to trick him.
Because putting Miyu on a lattice and setting Miyu over to the other side through the object wall, it's pretty damn complicated to do accidentally.
Yeah.
Or even being tricked.
Because Gonta's an idiot. I could see if it... Because neither of us thought that the murder was the strangulation.
Yeah, I thought it was impact with the wall.
Yeah, and that could have been tricked easily into happening via Gonta. If she was somehow put on the lattice already and all Gonta had to do was push her.
Yeah, there was no way strangulation could have been an accident, though.
Yeah. Unless, like, Kokichi tied the toilet paper to Gonta's hands. Wrapped it around...
Gonta not throw her!
Wrapped it around Miyu's neck.
So, the real question, could have been a coincidence that Hibiko and Monokuma's personalities got flipped during the trial?
What a pain. I hope so. I hope that's a coincidence.
Executions are a pain.
It's punishment time, and then he doesn't actually. I noticed some things going on in the trial. There are a lot more people this time. A lot more deceased this time with special, unique X's on their portraits.
Most of them did have them. There were only a few that had like their standard graffiti X anyways.
And I think there's a reason for Antaro, preventing us from having any hint about his actual personality or role in this. Just give him a standard cross out. Miyu had the XXX. Disgusting.
Oh. That didn't register.
Yeah, he just got it.
Yeah, I get it.
These old-timey boos. And Kiyu had like a spirit warding symbol.
I didn't understand.
I
understand what that was.
Some Japanese culture thing, probably.
I thought it was some kind of like a ghost thing.
Yeah, like a warding charm. One's tag.
Oh, you mean, yeah, there was a tag on Q's face, I think.
Yeah. They didn't really focus on enough to like make it out, but it was like a wispy.
There was, I didn't understand what the graffiti behind him was. I didn't get a really good look at it.
Another small thing I noticed, he refers, I think it was Shuichi, refers to the Mono Cubs as the Cubs, just as the Cubs, and it's spelled with a K. The capital K, the Cubs, like it's a thing. It just stood out to me as funny. I was also taken back by how much time they devoted to explaining the loop, the fact that the world was looped.
Yeah, it seems like it would have been something that was so obvious, so...
Yeah. Like, last time in the last case, they talked about the spinning katana in, like, 2 moves. The spinning katana locked the inside door in, like, 2 conversations.
Yeah, that's like the entire locker room. There we go.
And they spent like half a trial talking about how this world was looped.
For the first time ever, I ran over somebody during the psychic taxi.
Oh, you ran into somebody, or you ran over somebody?
Ran over somebody. Like no, like picked the wrong thing.
Oh, was it on purpose? Like you were actually aiming for them?
No, it was because of where does the river end? And I was like, oh, so the game wants me to establish that the world loops, so I should say the ending would be in the middle at the intersection between the two before the loading screen.
Right.
And that was wrong. It was like, oh.
The river ends at the chapel side.
Okay, so the river ends, I guess I would say the mansion side, because that's where we find the signboard?
Right.
Wrong!
You're one step ahead.
No, it wanted me to say on the chapel side, which is where the loop actually should be beginning.
It's where they think
that's where it ends
time.
on the map.
It's
yeah. On the currently drawn map.
So what happens to the person you run over?
They go splatter.
And then it just like lets you drive for a while, and then the choices come up again.
Yeah, it lets you make the choice again.
Is that same option still there in the second time around? Or does it like send you back and make you go over it again?
It sends you back and makes you go over it again, and I believe those options are still there.
Okay.
Another thing, the 5th Monokuma.
Oh, you found it too.
Yeah.
I have 2 notes in my notes that are written in all caps, even though I write it by hand, and one of them is Trial Hidden Monokuma.
I guess I didn't remember picking up the 5th Monokuma during one of the trials, and that's why I couldn't remember where I picked it up.
Oh.
But I do distinctly remember missing another hidden Monokuma, and I forgot to bring it up. It was like during trial 1 or 2, and it was during the psychic taxi.
Oh, that you saw a Monokuma on the road?
I saw a Monokuma on the road, and I didn't run over him because I didn't. There wasn't in the rules whether that was good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
And well, that kind of explains what that was now.
Oh, okay. So you got the one from this time, right?
Yes.
This time it was hidden in the Mine minigame.
Oh, was it?
That's
okay. No, mine was hidden in Hangman Gambit's.
Oh, no, excuse me. Yeah, you're right. I misspoke. So I assume that every trial has had a hidden Monokuma. That's why I've never been able to find all 5 in the overworld.
Blindcat, idiot.
Yeah, if you would have told me, I would have... Wait a minute. That means I found all 5 this time. Because I had 4 before. This is my first Shuichi Monokuma. I don't remember how I ended up clicking on that. I think I clicked on it after the highlighter passed.
It got lit up by my twing.
And I saw a gray one, and I clicked on it because I thought it was like a wild card. I think that's what happened there, and it's like, oh, hidden Monokuma found, sure. So I realized early on in this trial that Kokichi was setting up Shuichi for something, but I didn't understand what.
Early on, I thought there was a high chance, or towards the intermission, rather, that we were both gonna be right. At first, I thought it was Kokichi at the first session of part of the trial.
Oh, and Kokichi was setting up Shuichi to find somebody else?
No, that it was just Kokichi that did it, and Kokichi was setting up Shuichi to find that he did it.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you just didn't understand why he would do that to himself?
I think I was guessing he was trying to beat the game in his own way. But then towards the intermission, I was thinking more that we could have ended up both being right because of Kokichi's comment about 2 blackened, if there was a tie.
Yeah, my prediction last time was that Kokichi was the culprit.
And I believed you towards the beginning of the trial.
Based on how he was reacting during the investigation phase where he wanted to investigate with Shuichi, it was clear that he knew how this case played out, because he always does, but he was just acting different this time. And he had all of the opportunity and motive to do it, And at the beginning of the trial, he talks about, he asks Monokuma what happens if there's a tied vote, and that didn't come into play at all, which I thought for sure it would have to. So I thought he was going to pull some gambit where he's like, okay, we can't be sure if it's me or Gonta, so let's just split the vote. And then he would lie about who he was going to vote for.
Also, I was correct about something that you misremembered.
Oh no, again?
That was Kokichi finding the motive. You said he was going to use it in the next trial.
Yeah, he said that shouldn't this be saved for something more important?
Yeah, I said that he was using it in this trial, so that motive should be worked some way into the virtual reality. You said no, it's something that he was saving for the next trial. And the twist is he's not going to be alive to even see it.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Well, I thought he used it.
He used it, and he set up something for next time.
Yeah, I thought whatever was behind that door was going to become the motive next chapter.
No, I was right in thinking it was the motive this chapter.
But what he found behind that door was instead baked into a flashback light and put in the VR world?
Yes.
Which, if that is truly the secret of the outside world, it kind of throws a wrench into my big prediction from last time about the entire situation they're in being a killing game simulator.
To think that secret of the outside world would be 7 mono coins.
Gonta finds it. Well, there was a 1, a 3, and a 7. Where was the 5? That's what's in the flashback light.
Oh my god.
That's what drove Gonta to murder.
Oh my god, Gonta became the prime suspect.
So I imagined at some point during this trial, I think apropos not of the trial at all, it just came to me. What if the next flashback light we pick up shows us a scenario from a previous killing game? If my theory from last time is correct. And it's possible that that funeral with all 16 people is from a previous killing game, where they all lost. Like they voted for the wrong Blackened.
Could have been the funeral for the originals.
Yeah, that too. Unless it's the originals that are the ones talking about it. They've removed their memory of being the originals.
Although I'm still not sure how a funeral for Kibo would work. Granted that he has to have had some kind of a salvage thing in order for him to keep persisting.
Unless he's just got consciousness stored on a hard drive and copies of bodies like everybody else. I wanted to give a shout out to Monophony for talking about the graveyard shift. Really had an impact on me. It's worse for your sleep, makes you tired, but you get $1 more now.
You were indeed right. We lost both mono cubs this chapter.
Yeah, I called. If we put both of our predictions together for the deaths.
Yeah, it was the end of the drama and the death of both mono cubs.
I wasn't expecting exactly that. I thought,
what a beautiful grandkid. ...
I gotta look back at the timeline, see when Monophony started talking about being pregnant, and when Gonta was the murderer. Because it would seem pretty weird if Monokuma put that there before Gonta committed murder. Like it popped up during Kokichi's execution.
Didn't Monokuma say he didn't expect that?
Is that true?
I believe he said he didn't quite expect that.
I thought he just said it was unexpected. In general.
Yeah.
Another cool thing about Monokuma that makes him a great mascot. Hates Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hates that hedgehog.
That's like the one time during the trial when he didn't have his tired voice. Was when he got upset about Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, I did predict a long time ago that Gonta would die in Chapter 4. I just said he'd be the victim, not the culprit.
He was too slow.
My other all-cap note is Alter Ego Gonta. I really was not expecting that to happen. I thought Monokuma would just put the memories into Gonta's head somehow, so he could do the explanation of why it happened. I much preferred Alter Ego Gonta.
Please explain to Gonta.
Gonta, idiot.
I also liked that in the final mini game of the trial, where you put together the comic book, it's all in chibi art.
Yeah,
there's chibi shadow culprit.
it was very cute. The cutest murder.
In the reveal image, the final one where he says, "And it was you, Gonta Gokuhara, the ultimate entomologist." It turned from chibi Gonta to real Gonta. Reveal him. Not just from shadow to regular. So Monokuma mentioned that people aren't watching this in real time. Somehow this is on a recording system, even though there are no cameras. Whoever is observing this game can't do it in real time. Is that to do with the delay in space? Whoever's watching this is on Earth
Isn't
still?
that technically still live with a lag?
Depends on how far away they are. If they're on Earth...
I mean, you would still call it live with a lag, though, right?
If it's on the closest Earth-like planet, which is like light years away...
Well, I mean, like, if it's being broadcasted as it's being recorded, it's just taking time to get there, though.
I would think of that more as archival, because it's happening probably thousands of years in the past by the time you get to see it. I don't know how space-time factors out. Like, would it be thousands of years? Like the next galaxy over?
Next galaxy over?
Well, depending on how far they had to go to get to an Earth-like atmosphere. Like 8 minutes to the sun at light speed? I don't know about, like, X-ray speed, whatever they're broadcasting this.
With our tech, the next galaxy over, you can't send crap.
Whoa, well there you go. It's probably archival footage then. So that's probably why they
this trial.
What?
The conclusion of this trial. Kokichi has completely broken off all social aspects from the group.
I think that's his intention. Whatever he was doing...
It's very apparent now that Kaito is dying.
Yeah, that's,
Kaito is no longer your soul, bro.
Yeah, he's raising the death flag. So I think everything Kokichi did this chapter was a combination of self-preservation, and he's working towards some mysterious goal where he needs the entire cast to hate his guts that much.
Also, Tsubuki still hasn't done anything.
Kokichi set up Gonta to be the killer instead of killing himself, getting anybody else to do it.
I think he was actually thinking about killing himself there, though. I think he was debating about that.
Oh, becoming the murderer, you mean? Not
debating
suicide.
About being killed with Gonta there as the Blacken. I honestly think he was debating with himself about that.
Oh, you think he was pretending to have lied about everything?
About most of it, yeah. About him not feeling any guilt about it or anything.
Yeah.
I think he honestly was internally debating about going down with Gonta there.
Yeah, I think he was being legitimate in that moment. I don't understand why he sold out Gonta.
It was to continue on with the game.
Because nobody believed him when he confessed?
I think it's because it was originally his intent that this would happen so he could keep the game going and beat it in his own way.
I think he had too much faith in Shuichi to let Shuichi name Kokichi as the culprit, because it's evident with that rule that Mew hacked in that he couldn't have done it. So he didn't have any choice but to sell out Gonta. He just moved the trial.
Oh, he's had it planned for a long time. I mean, he was baking in this whole thing with the entire cast that, hey, let's just leave it all to Shuichi.
Yeah.
And that was even before the murder happened.
So I think he did this to Gonta double-edged sword. One, to get the cast against Shuichi for his constant need to feel the truth. Maybe he's going to face some backlash, especially from Kaito, what happened here. And he's also getting the cast to hate him enough to kill him.
He's got Kibo on his side.
No, to get Kokichi, get them to kill Kokichi.
Maki'd probably do it.
He said when he was walking away from the group that should finally be enough.
Kaito doesn't have much time left anyways.
Yeah, I think he's finally got the cast angry enough at him that they'll commit murder.
Finally, Sabugi will do something.
Yeah, not Sabugi. So, next time, Kokichi's gonna die.
Those are bold words.
Tied votes probably won't come into effect until the 6th chapter.
So, at the end there, did you vote for Gonta?
Oh, in the choose a culprit?
Yes.
I considered picking Kokichi anyway, but I did choose Gonta.
I picked Kokichi anyways.
Does it affect the vote at all, since it's always overwhelming?
Yes, it does.
Oh, what happened?
As in, Kokichi has 2 votes.
Oh. But
unfortunately, there are 8 students.
Mm-hmm.
Gonta voted for himself because he's Gonta.
Who was the other
vote against Kokichi is probably Kaito.
Oh, I see.
Because he's stubborn about that.
So that last choice never affects your score at all because the vote is always overwhelmingly correct. The culprit?
For now.
But
I'm wondering if that tidbit is going to play an effect in an alternate for a trial.
Because I believe in the previous games, it was not on a vote-by-vote system, it was on a consensus system. And if you voted wrong for that final person, it would dock your score. Say that you were wrong, go back and do it again.
Oh.
So I think this time, now that you've tested it, we're going to have a split storyline based on...
Or it could just be a game over.
Yeah, a fake ending, a game over ending. If we don't vote how they want us to when it's supposed to be a tied vote.
Dang it. We just needed 2 more votes for Kokichi. And it would have ruined everything.
Yeah, we would have all died and gone to...
No, it would have just been 2 blackened. Actually, Gonta and Kokichi would have been executed. Well, then they're both the blackened. As long as one of them is the murderer, it doesn't matter.
Oh no, Kokichi wouldn't have got killed.
No, Monokuma said then they're both the blackened, and as long as one of them's the murderer, it doesn't matter.
No. As long as one of them is the blackened, it's okay.
I think they both get executed, no?
No. As long as one of the votes is correct.
It's gonna be whittled down to 2 culprits, and we're not gonna know who did it, so we're just gonna tie vote it.
Yeah. That's what Kokichi is obviously priming. I think with his own murder somehow. He's going to pull the Nagito and choose the culprit himself.
He's gonna kill Kibo.
No, that doesn't even count as a murder.
It's not even a real person.
So what do you think? What do you think was in that flashback light? One, do you think it's the truth?
I do believe it is the truth. It's probably there's no one out there anymore. Absolutely no one.
That enough for Gonta to commit murder, though, to protect them from that truth?
Outside as hell.
I think it has to be. I think it has to be worse than that. Like, outside is worse than the situation in now.
Outside is hell. Inside is hell. I mean, nothing is pretty bad.
It's always the theme with it is that actually escaping is worse than staying inside. Both the previous games. I was also surprised about the chord switching. That it was not done intentionally by somebody else to somebody.
Also you were completely wrong about someone logging in as someone else's avatar.
Yeah, they brought in the ability that it could swap your memories with somebody else or get all glitchy, and all it did was make Gonta think he was dreaming.
Not gentlemen.
Man, there's probably a lot. I haven't gone back and listened to any of these. There's probably a lot I was wrong about. One more line from...
I can't believe you said that Tsubugi was going to do something this chapter.
Did I?
No.
Oh. I think that was you.
No.
Didn't you say Tsumugi was gonna be the
No,
culprit?
I've given up on Tsubuki's character.
I thought you, when we were predicting Chapter 4, you said Tsumugi was gonna kill Kibo.
Chapter 4? Predicting Chapter 4?
Yeah, after the trial of Chapter 3, we were predicting the next victims. You said Tsumugi was gonna kill
I
Kibo.
that doesn't sound right. I'm pretty sure I said since Chapter 1, Tsubuki is just going to float all the way to the end and be the mastermind.
Oh man, she's gonna dress up as Junko and get cospox. I know it. One more line from Kokichi that has me curious. Says he's gonna end this killing game now. We know it's not the final chapter, so we know he's wrong. How do you think he plans on doing that? Not killing somebody, right? 'Cause he didn't say win this killing game. That's never been his actual goal.
He's gonna fail.
He just says that to trick Monokuma, right? Saying that he wants to win the killing game.
Probably.
He wants to end this killing game. I don't think he means this iteration of the killing game. I think he means the overall recurring killing game. I also realized this chapter that Kokichi is a really great villain. He's almost up there with Nagito for me.
He's quite good at manipulating.
I think I have to wait until his overall plan pans out before I understand the depth of his character. But I know he's more than just what he appears to be to the cast. He's got some ulterior motive.
He's fooled me a few times as well.
Oh, the time he pretended to die?
Well, that too, but I honestly believe his character be a little bit more earnest, and he was trying to help the cast in his own way.
They keep sprinkling that possibility, like with the motive videos. They keep bringing up the possibility that he's doing it for their own good. Like, hey, let's watch it together, but I can't admit that I'm doing it for your own good, because that would look bad to Monokuma. I'm trying to be evil in his eyes. During
the trial, he also mentioned a lot of times it would have been better to believe a lie.
Oh, so you think he actually wanted Gonta to win?
I think that was somewhere in his mind. I don't think it was ever his intention when he set it out for all of this, but I think it was something that was nagging at him. And also, I think that it was also a guilt thing when he brought up the double blackened thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think somewhere in his mind he also thought of the possibility of him and Gonta being both convicted there, and him going down with Gonta.
Oh, if you're interpreting it as both of the people they vote for get executed.
I thought him also telling Monokuma to execute him and Gonta. Was earnest.
Yeah, I fell for it if it was a lie up until where he revealed post-execution that he was just lying to make Gonta not angry at him.
Yeah, I think not everything Kokichi says is a full lie.
I think that's kind of the point of Kokichi. That he's always lying so you don't know when he's telling the truth. I'm excited to see...
I still earnestly believe that Kokichi is somewhat of a good person. He's scheming, he's evil, but I don't think he's all bad. I think he does feel guilt and stuff.
Even given that he has that bone-chilling sprite where his colors invert. I think as the ultimate supreme leader, he feels antagonistic to the mastermind and Monokuma.
As the ultimate supreme leader, he also had to have put on a lot of faces over his years.
Oh, like 16 of them.
Different people.
Yeah. I wish he gets that hat and cape. Gets killed. We find the body in that hat and cape, and everybody thinks he's the mastermind. They really kind of...
armament.
Armament. Hat armament. They really kind of gave up on the concept of finding the mastermind or a traitor at all.
Oh yeah, there's no mole.
There's no mole.
Well, there's two moles. There's Makimo's and Tenko's Mo, but...
Maki roll. Maki mole. Tenko mole. So they brought up the concept just for the first chapter of finding the mastermind in the 16. And they kind of swept it under the rug, saying maybe it's not one of the 16. So maybe it's actually not. I think Kokichi is going to be a tragic character. Somewhat like Nagito, where he was crazy, he was doing bad things, but he had a good reason.
I never felt any guilt over Nagito.
No, but at least it was revealed in the very end that he was doing for what he thought was right. When he thought that he was killing everybody except for the traitor because they were all ultimate despair. He was doing it for that crazy concept of hope. I don't know what Kokichi is doing what he's doing for.
Oh yeah, we had hope and future. I guess Kokichi is truth.
Oh, I think we got our first name check of despair this trial.
Yeah.
Except for calling this, no.
Thrills, chills!
We finally got despair, which I don't remember any other instances of.
Yeah, I don't think the word despair has really made it into anything before this chapter.
I think Kokichi was the one that brought it up.
That was the only thing that was outside was this. I thought it was Gonta.
Was it Gonta? It was Gonta, yeah. When they asked him what was in the outside world, despair.
Yeah, despair.
Ultimate despair?
Just a bunch of junkos walking around the city. You don't want to go out there.
Is this planetoid going to be a giant Monokuma head?
Outside is just a bunch of streets occupied by junkos. You don't want to go out there.
Oh no. So who's your prediction? Let's get into predictions for chapter 5.
Kaito's not making it past this chapter.
I think so.
Yeah, definitely Kaito won't be making it out of this chapter.
Well, if we expect that thing with the tide votes coming into play, it'll only happen if there are 2 victims in the next chapter. Right now we have a cast of... Oh wait, I'm wrong.
7.
I'm wrong, we have a cast of 7.
Yeah.
So it still can come into play in the next chapter as long as there's 1 victim, which there very likely is to be. We can still have a tied vote 3-3. Do you think Kaito is going to be in the next trial or the next victim?
I think Kaito's going to be the next victim.
I can all but guarantee Kokichi's the next victim.
Because here's the thing about Kaito. You and Kaito do not have a good relationship at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
How bad would it be if he dies before you can actually resolve it while he's alive?
They did that with Tanko and Himiko.
No, they resolved it at the end.
Post-mortem.
No. Tanko apologized to Himiko at the end there. I mean, Himiko didn't really get to accept it towards... But I mean, they could do it again.
Yeah, they could just make it a recurring theme, but who would kill Kaito?
Kaito?
Kaito would kill himself?
Maybe.
Well, the only reason that he would kill himself and not make it obviously a suicide is if he wanted everybody else to die, too.
Maybe he didn't intend to die.
He'd accidentally kill himself?
Maybe he succumbed to his,
Disease?
Yeah.
Space lung?
Before actually getting killed by somebody.
Oh, in the second before it? So we have to tie the vote between Kaito and Kokichi? Just to make sure.
I can't believe Kibo's making it all the way through this.
He's not. He's gonna be one of the 2 that is completely possible to kill Kokichi next.
We know Kaito's not going to make it to the end, so either Kokichi or Kibo is going to have to make it to the end, or we'll only have 1 male character left.
Oh my god, you're right.
Because if both Kibo and Kokichi fall, and we know Kaito's not going to make it, then we'll be only left with Suichi.
Kibo's really not male or female.
Oh yeah.
And Kokichi's not going to make it to the very end. We know that.
What?
We know that Kokichi's not going to make it to the very end now, so either he has to be the victim or the culprit next time.
You don't think he's going to make it back with, like, a shaved head, different personality, and an eye patch, and a new perspective on the world? Is he going to fuse with Kaito? Kaikichi? Inherit Kaito's spirit and be your soul, bro?
Oh man. Is he going to download his consciousness into Kibo's executed body? Kokichibo? What if...
Kaicho... Momoma? Luminary Supreme Leader of the Stars.
Okay, how about this? How about Kokichi doesn't die as the culprit or victim next time? Instead, he's the final boss?
No.
Chapter 6?
Oh, of Chapter 6, not the Mastermind?
He might...
Wait, No, chapter 6 is the mastermind chapter, isn't it?
Yeah, he might pretend to be the mastermind. He might take the fall for the cast so they can succeed. Maybe he's building towards them hating him for that reason. Maybe there's going to be something like an option to demolish this world to escape it permanently, something like that. They have to be prompted to make that decision. Something Kokichi's working towards.
Well, the next chapter, all the new things we'll be seeing is going to be it. Since we don't have any more exos to build anything else.
Oh, you're right. So all the construction that got done from the moment we walked into the trial grounds.
Yep. That's it.
So all the construction had to be completed from the time we entered the trial grounds to the time we got off the elevator.
Alright. So, predictions looking at the cast. Obviously, Himiko is going to kill Tsumugi. That's my lock.
Oh my god, it's the most inconsequential chapter 5.
I
I think Kaito kills Kokichi.
really want to believe Tsumugi's going to do something. But I'm going to lock in Kaito with the murderer being Kaito. And, and the victim being Kaito.
I thought it was Kaito kills Kokichi.
Nope, I think it's all going to be just Kaito.
Just Kaito, and there's no culprit.
Just Kaito.
That's not even a murder if he just dies to his own disease, though.
Boom, 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 boom. A body's been found.
Unless Kaito dies to his disease and Kokichi stages it as a murder.
But here's the thing. If Kaito succumbs to his disease, he's not breaking any rules. A body would still be found, and it still has to be resolved.
Yeah, I guess so. He's the pinkened. The blackened. That would leave our final cast being Himiko, Maki, Mugi, Shuichi, and Kibo?
Yeah.
Meh. Don't Monokuma me.
Yeah, I guess.
You don't think Kokichi's surviving the game, correct?
I think Kokichi's gonna make it to the end, at least.
And then we got the whole problem about the game ending when it gets down to 2 people.
That's not gonna be a thing.
They wouldn't have made it a rule and brought it up in dialogue if it wasn't a thing. Definitely a thing.
At the very least, it's going to be relevant for someone's grand scheme or previous killing games.
There's also no limit on victims, so Kokichi could just go and kill everybody except for final 3.
Oh geez, you know what? A thought? What if the winners of each killing games become the masterminds of the next? So that means there are 2, for each killing games, 2 members of the cast each time.
Oh, and they're the masterminds for this current game? Wouldn't that be Rantaro and Kokichi?
Rentaro should be one of them.
And I guess it wouldn't be Kokichi, because whatever he's trying to accomplish this time by winning, he would have done last time by winning. Thus winning and ending aren't the same thing. So who would be the other one?
Don't know.
Tsumugi? Looking at the cast, it has to be Tsumugi or Kibo, and those voices he's been hearing his whole life are himself from another body. Because it's entirely possible as a robot to have his consciousness in 2 bodies. Just like Junko does in 2. She puts her consciousness in Monokuma and Junko.
I want to believe in Tsumugi being able to be relevant.
She literally has done nothing, but that's her
She
character.
made that good cocktail.
That has to come up, right? Oh! Speaking of having to come up, we're gonna get the last of the Ultimate Labs. Astronaut Lab, Rantaro's Lab, and Kokichi's Lab.
We're gonna walk into a lab and not know who the hell it is, and it's gonna be Rantaro's, I guess.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to gauge from context what his ultimate ability is.
Yeah.
Mastermind, Ultimate Mastermind. Unless it's Shuichi's lab and Rantaro was the detective. Is the astronaut's lab gonna reveal Kaito to be a fraud? His dreams of becoming an astronaut are just delusions because he's actually dying?
Kaito passed everything to become an astronaut. He just hasn't made it into space that he can recall yet, so... I don't I don't think any bit of his ultimate ability is faked.
I don't think he might know it's fake. Maybe it's delusional. Also, if Kaito is really diseased, then he can't be one of the 16 that running the game. If everybody is a mastermind running the simulation, he would have actually died.
This world is weird. Remember, there very well could have been something that could have cured Kaito. Granted that he won.
Or maybe he, as something he did in the previous game, previous iteration, he gets punished by giving himself a debilitating disease for the next game.
No, I'm pretty sure whatever Kaito has been long-standing in his original history, and that's why he went to the lengths he did to become an astronaut so early.
That's true. You're correct. I agree with this.
V consent.
Yeah, I aim for those V marks. I think we're getting through that black and white checkered door this time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's probably going to lead to Kokichi's lab, which is also like a tower shortcut to the top floor, I believe. Well, we don't have any more mono cubs, so I'm not sure who's going to deliver.
You think it's going to go? Kokichi's lab's going to go to the top?
No. If you look at the back of the school, there's this under construction tower, and it leads from like the middle of the school to the top floor of the middle of the school, or the center of the school. So it would be right where that black and white door leads to the top floor. I think it's just like a fast travel system. We don't walk up 4 flights of stairs now. I think Monokuma would just probably unlock the door instead of giving us items. Now that we don't have the Mono Cubs, we don't have our sign-off anymore.
Yeah.
We can't so long. We can't bear well.
You're just gonna cut this off abruptly then?
I'll just see you next Tuesday.
I'm gonna go hibernate.
It's a lot.